It's time for Game Week 4, and in this video we'll be checking out 5 must-have defenders for Game Week 4. And let's just get straight into this. My first defender might be a bit of a surprise, but it's Coleman. Now, when I pick defenders, I usually look at their next fixtures, because clean sheets are the main way of getting points as defenders or goalkeepers. They could get assists, they rarely get goals, but when they do, that's great. But their main way of getting both points and bonus points is by having a clean sheet. So Coleman being a right back, which is a big advantage for defenders, being a fullback, and having great fixtures makes him, for me, one of the best defenders to have for this upcoming game week. He's got Burnley at home up next, which is a very, very easy game. Aston Villa away, which is relatively easy. Aston Villa aren't looking their sharpest. And then he's got Norwich at home. So if you're lucky, you might get 2 clean sheets from Coleman in these 3 game weeks. That's really, really good. Then he's got United, but then he's got West Ham, Watford, Wolves. So he's got a great run of fixtures, and as I said, being a fullback is a big advantage because you do get those extra points, those assists. You see, he did get an assist in his last game against Brighton. And yeah, for that reason alone, I just feel like Coleman is a good pick. Now there are other Everton defenders because obviously they all have the same fixture. But looking at this, I just felt like Coleman was the best one, or the best one for his value. You've got Keane, but he's a centre back. You've got Dine, but he's a wing back. And he's he is a wing back, which is an advantage. But he is 5.4 million, and is it worth paying that extra 400k? I mean, Coleman has got more points over the course of this season so far, so not really. And then you've got Holgate, who is a centre back as well, I believe, and he doesn't even start every game. So yeah, we've got Mina, who also is a centre back, but he as well does not start every game. So by that logic itself, it makes Coleman the best Everton defender to get. And Everton have possibly the best set or run of fixtures these upcoming weeks out of all the Premier League teams, and therefore Coleman is my first defender. Next up, in my opinion, is Cresswell. Now, if we just can fix this easily, let's go. There he is. 5.5 million. Cresswell is, in my opinion, one of the best left backs in the Premier League. He's very, very effective, and he's very, very involved. You see, he got 1 goal in his first game and an assist in his last game against Crystal. So 1 goal and 1 assist in 3 games is really, really good for a defender, for a left back. And his next fixtures are also looking very, very good. He's got Southampton away, but then he's got a difficult game against United. But after that, it's Leeds away, Brentford at home, Everton away, Spurs at home is a bit difficult, Aston Villa away. So a very good run of fixtures. I would say slightly worse than the Everton fixtures, but still very good. In Southampton away, they could get a clean sheet on that, but he also gets goals and assists, as you can see. So even if he doesn't get a clean sheet, he might contribute. Last season he got 11 assists. That's really, really good. So Cresswell, in my opinion, is a very, very good defender to get, and one of my 5 must-haves, definitely. Next up is the defender from Wolves. What's his name now again? Jeez, I cannot remember, but jeez, I've had a brain fart. There he is, Marcal. You see, this guy is also a wing back, and Everton play 5 at the back, which means this guy will play very attackingly. He'll get up the field a lot, and Wolves haven't had the best start to the season. They've lost all of their games 1-0, which actually, I mean, looking at the teams they've played, Leicester, Spurs, and United, losing 1-0 to these is nothing to be ashamed of. It's actually it's quite a good result. So for 4.5 million and him starting and playing the full 90 minutes every single game, I think this is a steal. And I know I did say that Everton had the easiest run of fixtures, but I do take that back because it's Wolves. Wolves have the easiest run of fixtures out of all of the Premier League teams, all the way up to Christmas almost, or to December at least. They've got Watford, Brentford, Southampton, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Leeds, Everton, Crystal, West Ham, and Norwich. all in a row. This is like, I don't know what to say. It's incredibly easy fixtures. And just by that logic by itself, I could see Marcal getting at least a couple of clean sheets in all of these. I mean, against Watford I could see a clean sheet, against Brentford I could see a clean sheet, against Southampton and Newcastle I could see a clean sheet. So there's a lot of opportunities for a clean sheet. And not a lot of people have this guy in their squads, only 0.3%, which means that if you have this guy and he does perform and get these clean sheets or gets these assists or maybe even goals, you will have a big advantage over other squads that don't have him. So yeah, in my opinion, this is a great buy, because looking at all of the other big squads like United, Chelsea, Liverpool and Spurs, they all obviously get a lot of clean sheets, but they all have difficult fixtures coming up. But I think Wolves have the easiest run of fixtures, and that makes them very attractive. And even Sa as a goalkeeper, now this is an extra player for you. Now we're giving you 6 players, so remember that. Even Sa is a good pick as a goalie, 5 million, and he could easily get a lot of clean sheets against these, and even a lot of saves, as Wolves aren't the strongest defensively, but still those fixtures are easy enough to get a clean sheet on. So those are my first 3 players. Let's move on to the 4th player, which is Duffy from Brighton. So he's 4.1 million, so he's already gone up in price, but he got 17 points so far, 14 points in one game, because he scored and got a clean sheet and got 3 bonus points. So why did I pick Duffy? It's simply because of their fixtures as well. Brentford away, Leicester at home, Crystal away, Arsenal at home, Norwich away. These next, 5? Yeah, 5 fixtures are really good. Leicester at home is a bit more difficult. Arsenal at home is actually relatively easy if they don't turn their form around and start scoring goals. So this guy also has very good fixtures, and having these games to play and only being 4.1 million is almost a no-brainer for me, at least. You know, they kept they kept a clean sheet against Watford, and in my opinion, if they did that against Watford, they can probably keep a clean sheet against Crystal or Brentford or Norwich at least. So I could see Brighton getting some clean sheets, and Duffy might even be lucky enough to get an assist or a goal again. Probably not, but for 4.1 million, I think that's a good buy. It's probably one of the best 4.1 million defenders you can get at this moment in time in FPL. Now moving on to the last player, this might surprise some of you, but it's Tierny. Kieran Tierny. And again, Arsenal are very poor at the moment. They've scored 0 goals and conceded 9 in their last 3 games, and for a defender, that's obviously terrible. He's got 2 points in 3 games, and that's obviously disgusting. I mean, you can't ask for anything worse almost. So, I mean, but why did I pick Tierny? Again, first of all, Arsenal have to turn their form around very soon. Otherwise, it'll be catastrophic. And this is their best opportunity to do so. They've got Norwich at home, Burnley away. 2 extremely easy games for what once was a big club like Arsenal. Norwich at home, they should be keeping a clean sheet. And Tierny is very involved, both in the attack and the defense. And I'm 100% certain that if Arsenal do turn their form around, Tierny will be one of their main players in not only keeping clean sheets and defending, but also in contributing to goals and assists. This guy knows how to create chances from the wing, and in my opinion, if Arsenal do turn their form around, you'd want this guy in your squad. And looking at their fixtures, they should turn their form around, and therefore Tierny is my 5th player. And he's also gone down in price to 4.9, so you might even get a steal now if you do choose to buy him. So those are my 5 defenders. If I would rate them from 1 to 5, from best defender to worst for these upcoming game weeks, I'd go for Marcal to be the best, Tierny 2nd best, Coleman 3rd best, Cresswell 4th best, and Duffy 5th best. that's my opinion, my rankings. Comment what you think in the comments down below. Which defenders do you think I should have included? Why? And why do you disagree if you do? Or why do you agree if you do? Yeah, comment down below and let's have a discussion. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.